Lalu katam kawan. Yuh, baru katam sekali. Kelak batam-batam gitu. Bela kawan.
Bye. All the best, Rina. Okay. Nanti saya rasa nak habis, text saya lah. Saya boleh get ready. Tak apalah. Saya, saya pergi. Tak apa, boleh je. Habis dah.
Hello everyone, salam sejahtera. DS Syahrul Nizam.
Assalamualaikum, Pan. How are you? Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right, thank you.
All right. So, for all who have entered the room, you may fill in the attendance form before we get started. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us for today's webinar. This webinar is organized by Association of Professional Technicians and Technologists, APTT. I am Mardiana Binti Mohamad, moderator for today's session. And I would like to introduce our presenter, technologist Syahrul Nizam Junaini. He is a senior lecturer, research fellow, and also a professional technologist. He was a certified trainer from Human Resource Development Fund, HRDF Malaysia. He obtained professional certificate from entrepreneurial educators from University College of Dublin and UUM. Technologist Syahrul Nizam Junaini, also a research fellow, Human Resilience and Potential Center at UNIMAS, as well as a fellowship of Teaching and Learning Advancement, UNIMAS. Technologist Syahrul Nizam Junaini has also won several awards such as National Academic Award, first runner-up essay writing competition, Sarawak State Public Service Innovation, Sarawak State Ma'al Hijrah Award, Research and Development, UNIMAS Excellent Service Award, Silver Medal International University Carnival on E-Learning, Bronze Medal, Malaysian Technologies Expo, and many more. For those of you just joining us, welcome to today's webinar, How to Transform Your Business and Organization in the Era of Industrial Revolution 4.0, will be presented by technologist Syahrul Nizam Junaini. Our schedule for this session, just a little housekeeping before we get started. Kindly be reminded that mic should be muted at all times, switch off your camera, and recording is not allowed. If you have any question during the presentation, please type your question in the chat box. Our team will compile all questions and we will bring it up at the end of the session. Now, without a further ado, we will turn the time over to our presenter, technologist Syahrul Nizam Junaini.
All right, thank you, Puan Mardiana. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And very good afternoon, everyone. Can you see my slides?
Yes.
Am I sharing? Yeah, is it
Yes.
clear on your screen?
Yes.
Right. Okay, Alhamdulillah. Thank you very much for inviting me. All right. I would prefer that our session for today should be very relaxed. Santai-santai boleh, Cik Mardiana?
Sure, boleh.
And I would expect that you interact with me. And if I maybe ask, then you might want to type your answer in the chat box. Okay. All right. So I would like to start with a quote from our Premier, Tan Sri Abang Jo. Sarawak will be a thriving society driven by data, number one. Number two, with the keyword is innovation. And the target would be three most important aspects of our life: economic, social, and environment. And these three main points is linked to three P's. The first P is profit, of course. Everyone, all of us would love to get to listen to the voice of kaching kaching. The voice of the profit goes into your register machine. But don't forget people. Yeah, don't forget people. Number two, social. The first P is profit. Second P is people. We as a user, we as a consumer. And don't forget number three, the third P is planet, which is related to our environment. Yeah, so let's start with a quick ice-breaking game. So I would like to interact with Puan Mardiana. Boleh Puan? And
Sure.
the rest of the participant, you just I'll show you on my screen. Then you would give me your preference. You may type in the chat box, or for Puan Mardiana, you may or any of you want to switch on your camera and audio on speaker, you may interact with me. Okay, first question, simple one. Nasi lemak versus nasi biryani, especially today lah for Jumaat. Okay, Mr. David, nasi lemak. Okay, thank you, Mr. Alex. The rest of you, please. TS3, nasi lemak.
Biryani.
Nasi biryani. Okay. Second question for Mardiana. Why?
Because it's Friday.
Okay. So it's Friday. Every Friday would be biryani. Okay. So if you ask me, healthier. Okay. My preference would be biryani, but not every day. Right. Maybe we are the same, or prefer every Friday or maybe once a week. Okay. Next, kuching versus kabong. Okay. Anyone? Just type in the chat box. And Puan Mardiana, may I know where you're from? Are you from Kuching or from Kabong?
From Sarato.
From Sarato. Okay, we are neighbors actually. I'm from Kabong.
Yeah.
So you are the former student from SK Abang Abdul Rahman Sarato?
Oh, I'm from SRB Mingsing.
Okay, we were neighbors, I think. My father is from Kabong, but I studied in Sarato and for the whole primary school. Yeah, we have orang Kuching, orang Encik Mustafa, orang Sarato ada. Yeah, but maybe for the rest of you from Kuching, if you never been to Kabong, or maybe Puan Mardiana and me would like to invite you to see the nice newly developed Tanjung Kembang beach. Yeah. Right, thank you. So next question will. Okay, Nike versus Adidas. Puan, your own
I'll
preference.
go for Adidas.
Adidas, okay. TC Aerol Adidas, Syahrul Adidas. Yeah, me myself, I just bought a pair of nice running shoe. It's Nike. Not that expensive, but nice enough to run. If you happen to find me near Pustaka Tasik, Pustaka Tasik, we can meet there, and you can see my new running shoe, pair of shoes. Okay, same color, same white, nice color. Mercedes versus Azia. Azia, Errol, Myvi, Akmal, lagi. Of course, must. Okay. Mardiana, what's your preference? Which one?
I'll go for Asia.
Azia, okay. All right. Okay. Why I ask this question? Because me myself, I bought, of course, not the new one, the Recon version of the old Mercedes. but now it has trouble with it electronic controller system. So I need to, I don't know where to find maybe 5-10,000 ringgit to repair the electronic component. So for now, I would prefer Asia. I should find one Asia one day. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, that's about non-digital. So the next question would be digital watch versus analog. Which one? To reshare my. Can you see my screen now? Mardiana?
Yes.
The screen,
Okay.
yes. The watch.
But I can't read your chat. Could you just help me
Never
to
mind.
read it, Mardiana?
Yes.
Maybe majority would go for digital. In the era of digital watch. Okay, so this is about digital. This is all no correct and wrong answer. This is about digital transformation. We, of course, as simple as transforming from analog to digital way of living, from converting printed version of registration form, for example. Even at Unimas here, my student, they keep complaining because they need to keep filling the same printed form again and again. Why not we simply digitize the form, convert it into as simple as Google form, then towards collecting the data through servers, etc. Okay, so thank you for joining me in the simple icebreaking game. Okay, this one is not about us, not asking for you to choose between Tun Mahathir and me, but the question is, what is our similarity? Yes, Marina, what is our similarity? Could you guess?
Spec.
Persamaan, bukan lawan. Anyone, could you please help me to read in the chat box our similarity?
Handsome.
Okay.
Mr.
All right.
Ahmad.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Glasses.
So the answer, of course, based on my context and based on our context for today is that our similarity is that both of us, we have met Sophia. Any of you here have met Sophia before? This is Sophia. She is a robot. She is a robot, a humanoid robot. And I met her, if I'm not mistaken, 2018 at Pullman Hotel in Kuching. I have got the opportunity to speak with Sophia, and the feeling was, I can't describe it. Of course, it's still a robot, but I can feel that she is a human being with a thinking ability. And not to mention today, we are in the new AI with the advancement of ChatGPT. I know maybe at least half of you, almost all of you now are using ChatGPT. If you haven't, you should try one. It's actually the same thing as you are Googling, but this time it interacts nicely with you. You ask, ChatGPT would answer. But again, the issue here is that we'll keep talking about this digital transformation later on. Okay, I keep that issue after this. Okay, so this is Sophia. You can see her eyeballs, her face, except the component inside her brain. This is Sophia, natural language subsystem, same as ChatGPT. I think maybe a bit different in terms of the technical details. I'm not going to go very detailed about that. But this is the first time I've been speaking to a robot, a humanoid robot. Nice experience. Sophia is based in Hong Kong, Hanson Robotics. And if you are talking about foreign countries, foreign development in other countries, actually, if we have Sophia, now we have in Malaysia, this is Adam. Adam is not, of course, not from Unimas. It's from one company in KL, a Robopreneur. This is Dr. Hanafia Yusof. Adam stands for Advanced Development Autonomous Machine. He is a robot. I don't know how it works, but of course now if we are talking about Sophia, then in Malaysia we also have this guy. His name is Adam. So a bit next, very quickly about me myself. This is the National Academic Award that I received in 2017.
TS Syahrul, are you there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah. We lost you just now.
All right, here. Yeah, quickly about me. This is the award that I received for 2017, Anugerah Academic Negara, AAN. Lifetime award. I cannot apply again for the second time. 50,000 ringgit. If I want to apply it again, it should be Tokoh Academic Negara, 200K. But the one would be the emeritus level, 60, 70 years old, top guy, top professors. 2018 from the Pehin Sri Taib Mahmud, Anugerah Amal Hijrah Negeri Sarawak. Very quickly, I joined UNIMAS 2001, then lecturer, senior lecturer, and 2018 deputy director for Pusat Pembelajaran Gunaan dan Multimedia, focusing on e-learning services at UNIMAS level. If you happen to meet me on TV, TV3, TV1, TV9, TV8, I think. Okay. And if you happen to read the book that I wrote, that I authored, I wrote various areas, not necessarily ICT. This is ICT, PowerPoint presentation, persamaan hebat dengan PowerPoint. Anakku Celek Komputer, I wrote about how we could educate our children, our kids, especially in the era of screen time. They are on the screen 24/7, how to control them, how to make sure that they get full benefit from the internet. Then I wrote another book, Junaini Digital, published by UNIMAS. It's in BM. If you are interested, you may contact me later on. Okay, this is the latest one. This is number 9, Revolusi Perindustrian 4.0. This is the book published by UKM, University Kebangsaan Malaysia, with one of Dr. Nizam Safi'i is the Dean of the Faculty of Computer Science at UKM. Yeah, and this last 9 books was a digital book. This is the latest ebook. While you are listening to my talk, that you may want to browse through the website bit.ly/Syahrul DX. DX stands for Digital Transformation, DX4 book, and it's an ebook. It was launched last year at Pustaka Miri Sarawak. I wrote brief one, not too details, because my target was the general audience. Maybe after SPM, and I think your level would not need this type of book, but of course it's beneficial if you want to get the gist of the book. Yeah, maybe for your student. This is the content. I start with the Digital Transformation 4.0. Then from this book, I extract some of the content for today as well. Introduction, AI, cloud computing, big data analytics, short chapters, easy to digest, easy to read, easy to understand. CPS and IoT. Then the robotic technology that I mentioned just now with Sophia and Adam. Then don't forget data privacy and data security, very, very important, especially in the era of, I think, me myself receive lots of, at least once a week, call from scammers, from somebody intended to offer something to me that I just ignore, and that's it. Smart manufacturing and 3D printing, AR, VR, very interesting if you can delve into VR. And for the application should be how to improve our farming through smart farming. Kuching City, DBKU, I know they have some of the technologies installed on our traffic lights in maybe near Petrajaya or somewhere else, smart city towards. Okay. Then starting, I think for the last couple of 10 years ago, our ministers, our top guys, they went to Estonia, they learned something. Then I wrote one chapter here. Digital economy strategy is not new for you, all the initiatives. And the final chapter is about digital transformation. Okay, that was about the book. This is my daughter. From this photo, I've told her not to climb on my laptop. So guess what happened, Mardiana? I asked her, please do not climb, jangan panjat, jangan deki atas laptop Abah. So what happened?
She's not listening.
So this is, we learn something from kids. If we say don't, jangan, itulah yang dia akan buat. Jangan panjat. Then I said don't, please do not. Sampai melilih Elio. This is the spirit they want to learn from kids, from children. We say don't, but they do it. So if I ask you for today, don't transform your organization, what happened to you? You're going to transform your organization. I say, don't embrace AI. So after my talk, all of you are start to Google how to use ChatGPT correctly, for example, how to implement, how to create a new API for a new apps using ChatGPT API, for example. Okay, so this is the story of my daughter. This is not my daughter. I showed this photo, and the first impression of this animal would be towards more towards positive or negativity. You see the photo, you see the teeth, you see the nature of this animal. You see, go towards negativity. For example, ChatGPT a couple of weeks ago, people started that. They say that it would ruin our life. It would disturb the educational system, exam system, for example. Because at the first point, our thought would be go towards ANT, automatic negative thought. This is the first one. Then we move, we start to accept the technology and would go towards the more positive ones. Okay. For example, this is one meme. Interview in an IT company. So what makes you suitable for the job? So what's the answer? I hacked your computer and interviewed myself for the interview. Also, of course, this is for just not the real one, but we start to think that if this is the problem, what would happen in the future? Okay. So will AI dictate the future? One huge question. Okay, again, from the night, yes or no for you?
Yes.
Yes, of course, yes. Can you help me to read the comment from our friends in the chat box?
Yes. Wira Azizi Ben Kadir said yes.
Okay. Maybe you can add why, simple why. Whether you want it or not, whether you are ready or not, AI is here, it's inside your pocket. If you're using your smartphone, it's already here. Okay. And some of our friends are driving nice cars. Maybe in the future, AI will be there. Yeah.
The future.
Okay. Like the model of Mercedes that I showed just now, it's good enough. It could detect railway crossing because it's imported from Germany. So every time.
Rin Amirul, AI is cheaper compared to hire people or employee.
Okay, good point there. If you employ AI, you can save the cost of the production. But don't forget, if you train a human being, you will get the benefit from that human being better than, of course, you have the machine, the AI, but you have another new guy, a human being that can control AI, can use AI, can polish AI for your company. So there's pros and cons.
TS Syahrul, you have been muted again.
Okay, so this is the cover of Time magazine special edition. artificial intelligence would become the future of humankind. And this one of article from my friend here, one of lecturer at Unimas, Mr. Chuakiman, must try generative AI tools in 2023. Here you just give instruction to AI, AI would do it for you, would create a nice graphic image, would answer your question. Absolutely fantastic answer. But again, it depends on your prompt. If you think AI is great, you are greater than AI if you can enhance your prompt. Prompt is a process of giving instruction to AI. Might be in the future there would be new, if you think AI would kill all jobs, but there would be new job, for example, prompt engineer, AI prompt engineer. You teach AI how to give a correct answer, the answer that you want based on whatever you ask AI. Okay. All right. So for today, this is the main point of the talk, digital transformation framework for SME. I just put my name inside the bracket. Actually, this paper has not been published. If you are interested, we may work together to publish this paper. I just come up with a simple framework, simple acronym, easy for you to get it and easy for you to understand and memorize. You may contact me later. Maybe we can write a paper or whatever output from this talk. The target is for SME, small business, small and medium enterprises. The acronym is ACITE, ACITE. ACITE. A stands for assess. The first step, we or the SMEs, if they want to transform digitally, they need to assess the current. What is their current digital maturity? What is their current level of digital or digitalization process? Are they still using a printed version of any whatever form it is? Or maybe still using traditional process in their production conveyor line, for example. Okay, this is a basic one. I'm going to give you very detail about this. Just briefly assess, easy for you to know the nature of the process, the first step. Next step would be create. Create what? Create a clear digital strategy. Based on your assessment, this is what you need. You need IoT, for example, for your machine. Yeah. So what's your digital strategy? IoT for machine A. Then do you need data processing or big data to process the output? So that's your second strategy, for example. And what's next? Okay. Once you have a clear strategy, again, don't forget your business, nature of your business. The main objective, of course, is profit. Let's say you make 1 million per year without any digital transformation comes in, without big data, without IoT, without robotic. What if I offer you, you use IoT, plug it there, you may double or triple your profit. So what would be your strategy to achieve that? C for create. The third step is I. I stands for invest. Once you have the strategy, now carefully calculate how much would you spend, how much you need to spend, how much you are willing to spend. Right technology to solve your correct needs. How to know the needs? Go for very detailed and pinpoint towards your main pain points. Pain points is your biggest problem in your company. We are still making a very slow production, so that's your main problem. That's your main pain point. Now, go invest in that particular technology to solve that, maybe delay in delivery, or in terms of production or molding, for example, you need a better machine investment. Number 4, train. One way, if you can't get another company to solve your problem, you train your own employees with their digital skill. And for the training, one way, the best way for me for the training is not to send your stuff to a company. Of course, it's good. Then after 3 days, they went to Damai Beach, for example, then go home, then nothing happened. The best way is called work-based training, where you do the training at your own company, in your own situation, have a problem, solve it there during the training. So you bring one trainer, to your company, for example, ask the trainer to maybe come up with a solution. Of course, the solution will be from the programmer, from the technical person, but this is to show you the better style of training, which is called a work-based training. Okay, once you have your investment, then you start to employ the technology. Who will employ the technology? Who will use the technology? Who will fix your IoT sensors, whatever it is? Your own workers. So you need to train them. Or if you don't want, you need to go for a second solution, outsource it, and the one will be, or maybe millions of ringgit. Again, it depends on your needs, requirement. And after that, don't forget to evaluate the performance, whether have you received the catching, you listen to the catching sound, double, triple profit, for example. So this is the quick overview of the framework, ACITE, assess, create, invest, train, and evaluate. Let's go into detail. These are the steps. I'm not going to read all the slide, all the details, just you know why you need to assess the current digital maturity. Why, of course, is very clear. Why you need the strategy, why do you need to invest. So there's no reason nowadays that you don't want to invest in a new technology to solve your problem, to improve your delivery, for example. Okay. Here, I'll give you an example of a use case. For example, assessment, a manufacturing company, to identify what is the current process of automation. Are you still using a manual process? How about automating the solution, for example? You bring in data, use the data. Okay. Second example, retail company. What is your clear strategy towards the better customer experience, CX, and increase your sale? Yeah, healthcare company, financial service, logistic company. Maybe any of you here are highly related with logistic process. You see you need to evaluate what happened now, and don't stop at evaluating. Once you have the evaluation session, then you may repeat the process, go to assess again. Assess again your maybe digital maturity 2.0. Then the next circle will be 3.0. It is continuous process. Here for the assessment, of course, the mindset of the managers. I know you are here. Thank you very much for coming. Your mindset would be extremely excited towards digital transformation. But at your small level, personal level, go for experimenting new technology, new solution. Never mind, fail. Yeah, never mind, you may fail, but we fail earlier. Fail earlier and fail forward. Fail forward means we make ourselves better based on that experiment. Design thinking. If there's any of you here have tried design thinking, I love design thinking. Start with empathy with the process. Come out with a simple prototype, go for minimum viable product MVP. One solution, small solution, agile methodology. Continuously improve the process and test it. Test it quickly, test it daily, test it directly to your customer. And especially at university, maybe Polytechnic as well, we are for prioritizing research and development and commercialization of the idea of the product and innovation, R&D and C&I. Okay, first mindset, 100% from you, the top manager, even into down to T-lady. T-lady pun, she needs to know what's going on in your company. Your boss are talking about digital transformation. She should think of how to automate the process of making tea, for example, just for one example. And she may request you, boss, why not we buy one better machine for coffee making machine like a Starbucks, for example. Okay. Then in embracing the digitalization, go for automation, simple automation, full-fledged automation. Simple, if you can't go for robot, go for maybe a chatbot. Online bot on your website is much cheaper. For one robot, maybe 10 millions of ringgit. For a chatbot, I think 100 ringgit per year, chatbot. If not, That's why you spend 200 ringgit every year for MBOT. Okay, thank you very much, MBOT, for MBOT Sarawak for inviting me. I got so many good opportunities through MBOT. Okay, from robot to chatbot and at least MBOT. Here we are under MBOT activities. We learn lots of things. Okay, embrace IoT, cloud computing, apply machine learning, AI. So, ladies and gentlemen, although your business is thriving, you have the profit, why not you try a new business model? For example, subscription-based model. Give maybe free for a month, free for 14 days, and everything free except everything are free except you need to subscribe for a premium version of it. So it's free plus premium. Let's say you don't have any products, never mind. You create a platform for all other supplier, for all other production companies to use your platform. You charge through commission, maybe 10%. You don't have to do anything. Airbnb doesn't have any hotels, but they have 100 millions, maybe millions of hotels throughout the world. Uber, Grab, Grab doesn't have any cars. Maybe, of course, the owner of Grab has a car, but they just create a platform for a solution. For on-demand model, you need to know what is the current demand nowadays. World Cup, Muslim World Cup has on demand. In Kuching, what are the on demands, for example? Okay. The last couple of weeks here in Samarahan, they have changed the name from Samarahan to Jemarahan because of the traffic jam. So one of my friends told me, this is our demand. Why not? We need, for example, a flying car. So that is the demand. And some meme on the internet says that why not we just take flight from Kuching to Samarahan? Because it took 3 hours for me to reach Matang from Unimas last couple of weeks, I think. Any of you here trapped in the traffic jam last couple of weeks? So this is the demand. We need to know the current demand of the user. C for create, then we start to, the first one, you may create the digital twin strategy, the whole process in your company. You can simulate it. You may use virtual testing to see what happened if and if else. Then everything would be from your smartphone. The CEO, the boss, the manager just monitor it from here. What happened with this? What is our profit for today? Everything on a single dashboard, real time. That would be the best. Yeah, if you are in the production, supply chain, IoT to detect all the steps, all the process from your factory into the up right to the customer. Blockchain and smart contracts to digitally detect the movement. IoT sensors will send it to your smartphone for monitoring and predicting. You may also predict what's the demand, for example, Kek Lapis Sarawak. You may know exactly when you should start to double, triple your production of Kek Lapis. Of course, near the maybe bulan puasa, Ramadan, for example. That's the normal. You don't need big data for that. But if you zoom in, you would be better compared to other companies because you know their data, real demand. From where, from what time, what type of the layers, how many layers of the cakes, okay, up to the level. Next is the production line monitoring. Could you imagine this type of simple production line? How to monitor the process? How many cans of what's this? I'm not sure. The boxes. Of course, they can do it manually, but we want it to be transformed digitally, and that's why I'm here today to discuss with you. Okay. Just-in-time inventory, for example, the materials should arrive at your factory 1 minute before it reach the production line. Otherwise, you have very small factory, you would be burdened by the inventory, where you need to keep all the small parts before it's being assembled on one line. So data would help you to solve this problem. Data monitoring to IoT when the lorry, the shipment should come exactly. Okay. I invest in big data, collect data, analyze data, gain better insight. Of course, you'll get the better advantage compared to other companies that are not using, not not utilizing the data. Data-driven decision making, prediction, future prediction, and use it to improve the operation of your business. Of course, in Sarawak, Alhamdulillah, we have lots of support fundings at the national level for universities. We have a research grant, for example. And for those are not from the universities, the ministry wants us lecturers to partner with you. So it's very important for us today. We collaborate. Lecturers should partner with industry players like you in the grant, in the funding, in the application of the funding. Okay, so it's very good because we can bring the research process to your company, and you can help us with the real solution, with the real needs from your company. Okay. In Sarawak, we have lots of other. For example, if you Google, it's not only in Kuching, get this opportunity. T for training, train your digital workforce, upskill and reskill, send them to Unimas, maybe for master's level or PhD level, yeah, or any other training companies. Unlearn, relearn new thing. The culture of lifelong learning, once they finish the diploma, send them, maybe your company need to sponsor them for their bachelor's degree, master's degree, okay, PhD, for example. Okay, and maybe if you don't want, you may take freelancers, project-based, solve your problem for 1 month, pay them based on the project. So you don't have to pay them every month. You pay them once based on the project. Or if it's possible, go for remote work. I still miss the where I teach wearing nice white dress with tie, but wearing kain pelikat during the pandemic 2020, 21. Okay. Next, of course, your workers are not your workers are not working for you for money. Then of course they are doing it for their own salary. But what if you provide access to mentorship for your workers, for your staff, to become an entrepreneur? But this time we call it intrapreneur. Intrapreneur is corporate entrepreneurship. They solve your business problem for your company. Maybe the salary is still the same, but your company benefit from the new solution. Okay, it's called intrapreneurship. And lastly, evaluate. What have you done for the last 6 months, for example? Has your profit increased? How about the performance of your company? So revisit your digital transformation strategy and see other technologies if it would solve your problem. If you have done with your IoT, good enough. Maybe second one, you collect the data from IoT, go for predictive analytics, especially for the machines, when it would expect when exactly the machine spare parts, for example, it should be reprocessed or reconnect or whatever you need to do with the machine, for example. Yeah, and this is very important, ladies and gentlemen, the culture of continuous digital innovation. Okay, and for a company, for a business, nothing else except your customer should add to cart of your product. So you evaluate after you have done lots of things. Evaluate their digital experience, what they actually felt, experience on your website, for example, or after using your product, physical product. Leverage the data, insight from what are the most popular product, for example, what, when, how they buy it. Can you improve their experience in buying from 7 days to maybe 2 days in terms of the delivery? Okay. Co-creation here means you have an idea, but you don't know what exactly your customer wants. So what's the solution? You create a product by co-creating it with them. Before you start creating the new product, meet your customer, meet your real customer, or at least your prospect. Ask them what they really want. Can we work together? Co-innovate. Co means both of you are working together to design thinking. And the best part here is that this process would guarantee you that customer would buy the product because they are involved in the process. Okay, this is a customer digital experience. And don't forget your contribution to the environment, E, S for social, and G for the governance of the process. Green initiatives, community sustainability. Here at NIMAS we have sustainable center, sustainability center. Prioritize responsible governance from your company, from your organization. For environment, as simple as individual staff, individual workers from your company. For example, reducing how in our company we reduce the usage of plastic, the biodegradable, the old plastic or the OHP plastic. I still remember one somebody here at Nimas, he or she printed a nice poster. The poster was about please recycle, don't use plastic. Nice printed poster, yes, it's on a notice board. But what happened? Ironically, to make sure that the poster would not be would be there and would looks nice, he or she used a plastic to cover the poster. See, the poster was about don't use plastic, but the guy, he himself, she also used the plastic. Right, so the last point is about 3P, people, you and me. Profit, of course, of the company, and the planet, don't forget the planet. And the interconnection in this Venn diagram is the sustainability. All right, ladies and gentlemen, in conclusion, that was the framework that I think of last night, actually. So it's very brief, very simple. I need input from you. You may interact with me after this. You may add my point, for example, go deeper, and we can come up with a better solution. So in conclusion, this is the framework, ACITE. Assess current digital maturity. Create your own digital strategy, digital transformation strategy. If you have one, that's good. Go for next process investment in terms of the in terms of technology, bring it in. Train your own employees. Evaluate what happened. Again, improve the process. Okay. This is from Tan Sri Dr. Mohamad Daud Bakar. He says, those who use smart technologies blended with good business model, this that can secure new customer fast and scale new market very fast. So very, very important. We bring the technology. We are technologists here, TS and TCs. You have the technology. Now what we need is a business model. I mentioned 3 just now, lots of other business model. Innovate our business model to get better new customer, better solution for our customer. Okay, so another meme. Those huge companies all started from a garage. So what's your excuse for not having your own company? Apple from a garage, Google from a garage, Amazon from a car garage, Disney. Then this guy said, I don't have a garage. So never mind. You don't have a garage, start somewhere, transform your company, transform your own organization, or at least transform you yourself digitally. Not your body. Your body is a physical body, you're not digital body, but transform the process. How do you play? Do you work? Do you live? Okay. I don't have a garage, but this is a new company. One of the first company that didn't begin in a garage. This is Open AI company. These are the guys. They started it inside the house, not in the garage. Okay, so for the process, although the world spins very fast, I talk very fast, and you don't have to transform your company very fast. There would be different, there would be adverse effect. If I bake this pizza it's supposed to be 25 minutes at 350 degrees Celsius, but what will happen if I've double the heat, 700 degrees Celsius, much faster, 10, 12 minutes. So not all processes could be rushed. Step by step, if you follow my framework, inshallah, I can guide you step by step and would be better solution for our business, for example. Yeah, so as a lecturer, of course, I would like all of us to always invest. If you don't want to invest in the technology, invest in our mind. This is the best investment. And lifelong learning, for example. And if you calculate ROI, return on investment, for not learning new technology versus cost of inaction, COI, cost of inaction. If you don't take any action, if you don't digitally transform your company now, because you think it would waste your time, because it needs millions of ringgit to invest, calculate daily how much that you lose. 1,000 daily, per month, 30,000 per year, compared to your counterpart, compared to other company, similar company, but they invest in the technology, invest in the workers, invest in the solution. Okay. And okay, I would like to take the opportunity to promote the power of books. Jeff Bezos become billionaire selling book. J.K. Rowling become billionaire writing book. And this guy Warren Buffett, billionaire reading books. Okay, so this is the book. If you are interested, it's on Shopee. You can order it from, just type in the search box, Revolusi 4.0, or if you are in Kuching, you can contact me. We can meet, and you can save for the shipping fee. Of course, it should be near my area from Semarahan to Kuching. Yeah. This is the ebook if you are interested. Yeah. Limited promotion for a session for today. This is digital transformation. This ebook, you scan, pay, and download it immediately. For SP, you need to send WhatsApp to me. Then I'll send you the ebook. Okay, so let's collaborate. If you are interested to know more about my work, my research papers, my consultancy activity, you may log on to linktr.ee/Syahrul Nizam Junaini, or you may WhatsApp me at 098390 490. Okay, that's all from me, Mardiana. So please, I would like to listen from you, your input, whatever. Okay, please.
Okay, thank you so much, technologist Syahrul Nizam Junaini, for your great and amazing presentation. And now we should go for the Q&A session. Seems like we have the first question here. Is there any methodology, use, or template to perform assessment?
All right. Thank you very much. Very good question. If you go for literatures on from Scopus or Web of Science, there's a couple of published methodology, but you don't have to follow them directly or what exactly. You may go for the business, not necessarily from research publication, but you may go for like a company like Accenture, companies like a consulting company. You may mix and match the solution. There's no one single hard rule said this and that you cannot do this and cannot do that. Again, based on the objective of your company, what do you want to achieve? Maybe for the first 3 months or the first 6 months, for example.
Should we go for question number 2?
Yes, please.
With the current trend of IR 4.0, we have seen drastic usage of AI, such as using ChatGPT and Obsidian, which can solve almost everything, especially company problems. What do you think about these two software, which evolve around our lifestyle? This already causes a lot of problem in the US. How does it affect Malaysia?
Okay, thank you, Mr. Mohamad Bakri. Very good question. I have no single answer for the solution. If you allow me to give an analogy of a knife, simple knife that we can use to cut whatever you want to cut, papers or whatever it is. And you ask me, don't use that that knife, it's too sharp. It would cut even my fingers. Then I would stop using the knife. What will happen to my process, my work? I still need the that knife to cut my paper, right? For example, or maybe you want to introduce me better scissors or another version of a sharper knife. Yeah, that's an analogy of having new solution to a problem. But for ChatGPT, as a lecturer, I would allow my student to use it, but they need, number one, need to acknowledge it. I see one journal paper acknowledge ChatGPT as the co-author of the paper and it's published on Scopus. Number two, they need to paraphrase it, please. Please do not just simply cut and paste it. And tell me which part that you use ChatGPT. And I would tell them this is the correct way to use it. And not just, hey, ChatGPT, please solve this equation for me. No, because they need to learn from the process. In terms of job, mentioned just now would be in the future, I'm not sure. Maybe new jobs coming in that still need human touch. For example, AI has no feeling. We bring feeling from the human being to the technology, to AI. Okay, boleh, Cik Mohamad. I don't have one solid answer for that very difficult question, I think.
Next question. How can public sector leverage any benefit from IR 4.0? And what do you think civil servants can do to upskill themselves to cope with these changes?
Okay, all right. For public sector, even university, even UNIMAS, I think still lots of processes still manually done. Number one, for all the technologies, it will solve your manual problem, make your solution faster, better, cheaper. If you're still wasting your money through manual delivery process for the rakyat, for the users, for the customer, this is the time for you to suggest to your director, pengarah, whatever. What if we bring AI, for example? What if we bring big data analytics to interpret, to guess what happened to our users, our customer? Okay. The second part was about what you can do. For you yourself, I would highly encourage continuous learning. For MBOT, I'm not sure whether all of us received the invitation. MBOT are sponsoring online learning. Is on Coursera. Have you received the invitation? When? Coursera, you don't have to pay. MBOT pay it for you. So I just registered. There are 4 new courses. I took all 4. Of course, it's online. Coursera is one of the top provider of massive open online course from the US. Okay, thank you, Tuan Wira.
Okay, the next question. Is it IR 4.0 will killing human skill and humanity?
Wow. Again, I couldn't answer your question. This is a bit in terms of killing the skill. For me, I would consider we work together with the technology. We have humanity, the technology doesn't have. We bring in the input of humanity, feelings, creativity, whatever soft skill that technology doesn't have. We combine it, then would bring a better solution for any whatever process it is. Killing, maybe not, but maybe just make sure that we are ready to act now. We cannot wait for tomorrow. Otherwise, we'll be left behind. Another company are using the technology, we are not. And yes, maybe the business would be killed, would die. Human being, I'm not sure. Your business would die if you don't act now. Yes, I agree. You bring your human factor. If you are interested, there's another area which is called human factors. It's related to human computer interaction, HCI. Human factors is whatever humanistic factors that you have on website, you can improve the website. If you ask, our website going to kill us? No. We still need website, although you have mobile apps. Then if website dies, you have that mobile app. Even the same thing, Even the website, the same website, you can view it from your smartphone. So what is the factor there? Is human factor. You don't, it's very hard for you to browse the same website on your small phones. Okay. Thank you. All right, Kwan. Very interesting comment from our friends here. We have 100 something.
Yes.
Of course, I'm not the expert here. Of course, I expert in my small area. You would expect this type of discussion would very, very beneficial for both of us.
Tuan
Okay,
Syahrul,
thank you.
can I
Yeah.
have a follow-up question with regards to my question earlier on, with regards to the
Yeah, please,
methodology?
please. Yeah.
Just now you mentioned about engaging probably the consultant, kan? For instance,
Okay.
Accenture. Are you referring to the technology like macam Kaizen, continuous improvement, value stream mapping, for you to understand what are the gaps within the processes itself? My question was, I was trying to understand a bit more. Is there any template or methodology used to support, the gap to potential punya analysis between what system currently you have against what system that will be ideal for you to bring into your company? But if you're referring to macam Kaizen, probably that will be slightly different. And normally when we talk about all these continuous improvement coming from Accenture, it's going to be very costly, Tuan Syahrul.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you for asking, Tuan. Me myself, I don't have that solution, but I would prefer if you can come up with a mix and mesh. You get it from scientific literature. You get it from the companies. Of course, they will charge you so expensive cost, but you may come up with your own solution, but it has not been proven because you haven't tried it. Now bring it to your organization or any other organization. Maybe start with that. You can use my framework actually. First to assess the maturity of your own model, your own solution. Then test it among your own workers, your own staff. Then bring it to the whatever company that needs your solution. Then if it's failed, never mind. You fail early. You fail forward. Improve. Come up with a small viable product MVP. Test it. Then if they are happy, then you can use it as a stepping stone to come up with a better framework, for example. Okay, maybe we can discuss together, Tuan. You can contact me. Very interesting. I would like to join you if we can come up with a better, maybe our own offering for that solution. Come up with a framework, we test it, and we maybe can deliver the training as well in Kuching or whatever, wherever.
InsyaAllah. Ya, terima kasih, Tuan.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, so look like we have done with the Q&A session. Technology staff Syahrul Nizam, do you have anything else to cover before we wrap up?
I think that's all from me. Thank you very much for inviting me. Actually, I learned a lot. Although I said that I'm expert in this and that, my knowledge is so limited because I haven't tested my knowledge. So today I tested it. I know that, for example, Mr. Shahrudin, he wants to know deeper about that solution. And thank you, Mr. Mohamad Bakri, for your input. Lots of input here. Okay. See, I learned new thing that paper has been retracted. If your name is retracted from Scopus, that means something, some big problem with the paper. Okay, so thank you very much for inviting me. We may meet again in the future.
On behalf of APTT, we would like to present the certificate to our presenter, technologist Syahrul Nizam Junaini. And before we wrap up, I would like to invite everybody to switch on your camera for a photo session. Ben, are we ready? Okay. 1, 2, 3. Smart. All right. Okay, Belle. Thank you again for all of you. Thank you to our speaker today, TS Syahrul Nizam Junaini, for your time. And I hope to see you all again very soon. So that's all for today. And inshallah, next week on Friday, we should meet you again. So that's all for today. Sekian, wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. Goodbye, everybody.
Okay, thank you.